The class cord cap. That is the class cord cap right here. Super unique, to be honest. I don't really see any other brand selling these kind of hats. The corduroy front, mesh on the side, snapback on the back. And it does it have a it doesn't have a inside thing that keeps the shape. So that is that. I mean, Shein is notorious, I'm sure, for all the stolen goods from IP as well as patterns and all that. I think I just moved my screen on accident. Oops. Sorry, guys. My screen is like super big, so I'm trying to fit the I'm trying to fit this here into the screen. Where are we at? Is this fit? Okay, that is fitted. This is slightly expanded out. I need to get rid of honey too. This honey thing is very annoying. And from what I understand, honey is not a good company. All right. Oh, people actually leave reviews. Oh, it's me. I left a 5-star. Yes, I'm a big fan of this hat. 5 stars. Someone else said too shallow for most customers. 3 stars. Well, I think it's a good fit. My head is small though, so it is hard to say that for other people it works, but for me it works. And we brought the average down from a 3 to a 4, so pretty good. If y'all have seen the recent video I did with AS Color Reviews, I talked about the box tee. I talked about the what else? Oversized tee. Color classic oversized tee, 6.5 ounce. The box tee. A lot of people love the box tee. I think it's a good shirt. It fits pretty wide, 23.5 for larges, but it's not long, which is the key. Because so when you're sizing garments, you want to really know your size, because then if you switch brands, you have a standard to go off of. So for me, it's always large. Large chest should be around 23 to 24. That's like my sweet spot. So this one's 23.5, which is perfect. And then length is 28.25, which is also good because some shirts are like 31, 30, and it's really long on the torso. And that fit used to be in, not so much anymore. But, yep. And everything can vary by 1 inch. So it's not guaranteed to be the exact size, but it's close enough. What is Shein knocking off exactly? I'm curious. Like, I don't know. Let's see. I can't say I've been on this side many times, but I know that every time I accidentally come here through like a Pinterest ad or something, it's just crazy. There's just so many things flying on the screen. Do they just sell everything here? Is this like a free-for-all? There's no limits? Like, how is this bag $1.80? There's no way this bag is $1.80. That's crazy. Is shipping really expensive? Is that how it works? Oh, you gotta order over $29. Okay, so do they capitalize on people buying a lot of stuff so that they just make money on shipping? Is that kind of how it works? Wow, this is crazy. It's just kind of funny. Like, I've never been on this website besides like accidentally, and I usually don't browse on it. But there's so much random stuff on here. Oh man, Shein. Is Temu still a thing, or is that also like kind of done? Like, is that era over? All right, so we need to make some new mock-ups because my blanks have changed. So let's see what I need to do. I need to get some artwork. So right now I have a second folder on my other screen that has all my artwork exported as PNGs. So I need my back artwork. Where is it? House. I need to really organize my files better because it's like it worked in the beginning, but now that I have so much stuff, it's no longer as efficient as it used to be. Okay, where's my 300 DPI? Okay. All right, we got this back. There we go. All right, so we gotta make mock-ups. I already know what all this looks like because I'm just changing shirts. So we're gonna put it here. Does this one look better? I actually just got this shirt in real life today to double check the color, but this is the vintage black wash from, oops, we'll do a bigger. This is the vintage black wash Cotton Collective. Yeah, this is a good one. But the color actually looks pretty close to the mock, so we don't have to make too many edits there, which is nice. Making sure that our products and, the real products match the mock-ups, because you don't want to be selling things that don't look the same. Like, that's bad. So make sure you don't do that. Some people do that shit. Trick with blending in the white text is you can take this blend if underlying layer, bring the slide down, but you gotta hold Alt. If you don't hold Alt, this moves as a piece and you don't get that effect. But you hold down Alt and you get half a slider and you kind of get this cool like washed look. So I'm gonna blend in a little bit there. And then that looks a little bit too faded because the text is very white. I am using the TKO for this blank and for this design, TKO Premium Plus, and it does look pretty good in person. Just gonna do that. Export the back. Let's see, personal product photos. Yeah, unfortunately, this is what I gotta do now because I updated all the blanks, but ITB. Okay, now we'll hit the front. Oops, why does that keep popping up? There's two shirts. What's that second shirt? Is that that? Oh, it's the back shirt. Okay, there we go. Skip the front and the back. And then where are we at? Actually, I need this one too. So we'll do this one, export this. 18 by 18, or sorry, 1800 by 1800. That's usually a good size for web. And then export as JPEG. Try to keep your file under a meg if you can. This is 493 kilobytes, so pretty lean. Helps with loading faster on the websites. Techno House Disco front. Let's just do the fronts first. Oh, okay, my logo. IKDI front. Okay, and then we need the last one, which is Techno. Actually, no, I have two more. I got Techno House Disco. Where is it at? I wish I could play some music, but can't monetize the streams if I run music. But I mean, I don't know. I guess who cares? Just keep it lean, keep it chill. In the beginning, I hit this part with my brand where I have so many things that kind of look the same. So I should have named things better, but it's too late now. Oh, I already have this artwork. Oh, I was more ahead than I thought I was. Oops. All right, question. How do you take pictures of the clothing on the white background, or do you cut it out in Photoshop? So the way you do it is I have a white cloth. You can use like a white, any kind of clean backdrop, and put it on the ground, uh, steam it, make it look good, and then grab a camera, go on top of it, and then just take a picture. But nowadays, like, there's so many different ways to do it. Like, you can use AI, you can use mockups on the websites that already exist, and then just take it. Like, Comfort Colors, or sorry, not Comfort Colors, like AS Color, Comfort Colors, Content Collective. Like, especially if you're using that blank, like, that is that picture, so just use it. Like, it's all good. It's all good, unless it strictly says not to take it. But I have not had an issue with that. And also, because it's from the actual blank company, it's like it kind of reiterates that you're using that blank. So, yeah, that's what I do. But these are made with slight AI and slight real pictures. It's like a hybrid, basically. But you cut out the white, add some drop shadow. That's how you do it. But product photos, very important to start on a good one. Like, you don't want to start on something that looks like crap, because it's like, why are you using a shitty mockup? You know, there's so many good options out there. I've also bought a few. Like, I bought some from IKendoit.Studio. Daron. I don't know how you say his name, but he has good assets, good what do you call it? Plugins and all that. I do want to buy his that bitmap thing. It looks pretty cool. So I do want to check it out. Now, how's this go back? I think that's the right size. Make it a little bit smaller. Okay. We brought it down by a little bit. In real life, that's 12 inches wide on the back. That looks like 12 inches. And also, typically, the product photo is supposed to resemble like a medium or large. So obviously, if it was like a double X, you know, it will look like this. If it was a triple X, it will look like this. If it was a giant shirt. But for the size medium, this is essentially what it will look like. So we're chilling there. And then, was that all of it? No, I have a few more to go. Should I do this one too? Resize. So this design, I have not done it on this garment, but you know what? Maybe it's time to sell it on this garment. People seem to like this one, so I'm gonna just mask it out. So that's what this little tool is I'm gonna mask it. Give it a mask right there. Oops. If you mess up, push I, then you flip it. Yeah, I forgot where I learned that from, but this underlying layer thing, like this really changes the way your mockups feel, for sure. Like, because this just looks like it's pasted on top. Sometimes it doesn't matter, but for this case, like, it really doesn't matter too much, but sometimes it's like very obvious that it's just pasted on top. So this gives it a little bit more texture. And then if you want to get more granular with it, you could add another layer and then change the blending to like one of these I think it's like soft light. So you fill it in a little bit more, you can tell, right? And then just adjust this to however you want. So yeah, it gives it a more realistic look, you know? And it looks professional, so sometimes I wonder if like every company actually still takes their own product photos, or they just like outsource it, or AI just makes all of it now. Like, I don't even know, but yeah, we'll have it here. That looks good. Why is there... Did I just not notice that there was texture on the back? You also got to remember, like, when you're making it, your eyes are, you know, 3 inches from the screen, but when you're actually browsing on a website, it's like this, right? So no one's gonna like be nitpicking things. As long as the design looks good and you have real pictures that you take of the product, then that's all that matters. So This is just to get people interested and excited about what it's supposed to look like. So yeah, I'm gonna make this a little bit wider. We'll make it like 86%. Okay, worldwide, techno, house disco. All right, we got a couple more to go. Should I do more backsides? Let's do more backside. Let's see, let's see. Oh, did I not do this one? This one's like most important. Or pretty important. This one definitely sells, so gotta make sure it looks good. The world needs good music. Back. Okay, cool. The thing with like designs is you don't have to always make new shit. Like if something sells, just keep selling that. Like change the garment, change the color, or like just keep doing what works. You don't have to always sell or like make new things. And I just think a lot of people get too caught up on that. Like focus on the brand building and not just like product launching. If that makes sense. Once your products are good and people like them, like it's gonna spread slowly. It's not gonna just be like a one-time thing. So just remember that you don't have to continuously force yourself to make new stuff. Obviously, it's fun. Like that's the part that I enjoy the most, but when you just focus on making more things, you kind of dilute your own brand because it doesn't have enough time to catch up to like the output that you're putting out. So that is something I learned throughout the years. What was I looking for? What did I even call that design? House Chromes. Oh yeah, Chrome Star. But what was it called? This is the hard part. Is trying to go back to your artwork and forgetting what it was called. Techno house, disco, techno house, house. Hockey jersey? Man, I have so many folders. I'm trying to find it here. Hmm. Every weekend. Wow, I am blanking out on my own product name. What the heck was it? Oh well, I know that I have a folder where the product is in a tech pack. So maybe I gotta find that. But where's my tech pack folder? Ah, tech pack. House Japan, Pixel. There we go. Here we are. Chrome Star. Okay, wow, that took a while. That took a minute, but we found it. I do like this one too. I mean, I like most of my designs, but obviously if I didn't, I wouldn't be selling them, you know? But Chrome Star. Okay. So actual, what did I size this at? I sized this at 13.2. That looks about 13.2. Chrome Star. Okay. And then the front, let's hide that. Where's the shirt? There's the shirt. Okay. You gotta find the layer, bring it up. So when you put your design on the mockup, you kind of follow the same logic as like real life IRL when you're placing your artwork. So it's like 2 to 3 inches down. Nowadays the artwork kind of drops lower, I noticed, but don't go too low. And then we're gonna go here. So imagine this is the tip. We're gonna go down like 3 inches. That's around 3 inches. And then where this neckline meets the, what do you even call this? The collar and the neckline meet. You want to go straight down. So if you go up, it's like right there. So in real life, that is probably how you would print it. Yeah, and that looks good. A lot of people like put it like here, and maybe not for this, but for like a t-shirt, right? And it looks better aesthetically, but aesthetically as in on a mock-up, but when you do it in real life, it has to be like more in, or else design's gonna be in your pit. You don't want your design on the pit unless you want it there. Chrome Star front. Okay. All right. How do you choose what designs to bring out? I design what I want to design. That's how it's been my whole like career, you want to call it. Is like I research maybe like trending stuff in terms of colors and silhouettes, but the design, it just kind of comes to me when it comes to me. Like I'm not a very like, how do I describe this? I get inspired at the weirdest times. Like I could be washing my hands and then suddenly I remember like something I saw yesterday and I'm like, "Oh shit, I want to like do a spin-off on that." Or I see like a street sign. Like a lot of signs typically inspire me because I'm a very typography heavy person. So if I see like a cool vintage looking sign, I'm like, "Oh shit, I liked how that looked." And I try to design without the reference in front of me because that way I don't copy it. And it doesn't really matter how you design, like whatever gets you going, but I find that having the reference not in front of you helps to make sure that you're not like copying too close to what something looks like. Because a lot of people just copy like 90% of it and then they say it's theirs. Like this design, I made this with it was like some medical company, but they had 1 star. And then I kind of like tweaked it a little bit. I mirrored it, and then someone's like, "Oh, this looks like Cold Culture or like whatever." And I was like, "What is Cold Culture?" So I looked up the brand, and I was like, "Oh, okay, they it looks very similar. Like I understand now, but it's not like 100% unique look. You know what I mean? Like people have been using stars for the last 2 3 years, especially with the Y2K inspo. But this is like a more sharper, like tech looking version of it. Y2K is more bubbly and like kind of has like the Euro style fonts, but this is more sharper and chrome aesthetic. I don't know. But I made this like last year, I think, or maybe it's 24. No, a year and a half ago. Yeah, so I made this 2 years ago almost. But yeah, things just kind of come and go. It's hard to say. Like, I'm not the type that goes like somewhere and looks up like what's trending. Like, I don't do that because that's not how I design or sell my stuff. I just go off of vibes. I know that sounds kind of stupid, but that's essentially how I do things. So if you want to research what people are doing, like just go on YouTube, or sorry, not YouTube. YouTube is not a good place for that. Go on like socials, Pinterest, like even websites, very common and basic, but Urban Outfitters, Zoomies. I don't know if Karma Loop's still around. Anywhere that like aggregates a bunch of brands and kind of see what's trending, and then you can kind of take that and dissect it into how you want to portray your brand, essentially. So, yep. So the other part, media engagement, that's another thing that it really doesn't matter. People can send you all the fire emojis that you can ever fucking fit on one screen, but they might not buy what you are selling. So it really just comes down to the market when it's time to sell. So I don't really respond to anyone's responses in terms of like, oh, this is sick, this is fire. Like it's nice when you hear that, but that doesn't guarantee people are gonna purchase it. And that's the only metric that really matters at the end of the day when you sell stuff, right? It doesn't matter how many people think it's cool if no one's buying it. So sometimes when I launch things, I might sell like zero for 3 days, and then out of nowhere, I start getting sales, and I'm like, oh, that's nice because I thought no one liked it, you know. But it's just that you got to remember there's a million fucking products online. People are going through everyone's brands. Like, why would they want to come to you and shop at your site? So that's the hard part is getting someone on board on your site, purchasing on your shit versus like they go to Adidas and buy something because it's 60% off, or they go to Kith because Kith is high quality, $200 jacket, whatever. It's like people have their own reasons of buying things, so you are essentially trying to communicate with them without telling them directly, hey, come buy my shit, by having your socials, having your products. Like they tell the story for you, and when they get to your site has to basically guide them to converting to a customer. So that's like the journey is like product all the way to checkout and purchase. Until then, it's just a concept, you know. Chrome Star, what product are you using to print it? So this is DTG'd by my partners. I've already done this design, so I know what it looks like, and it comes out really clean. But yeah, I would not use TKO for this. I just I don't know. I just don't feel that DTF is something I like. I've given it a try many times, but I just don't like it. It just looks weird. Like it doesn't look right because of the way it sits on the film. And for me, I need the ink and the garment to kind of work together to form the design, if that makes sense. Like right now, DTF as it is, it's just like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, it's just sandwiched on top. And it's like, here's a graphic. And I just don't like the way it looks. So, I know it's durable. I know it's whatever. Like, that stuff doesn't matter to me because the DTG that I use is also durable. Like, I have some shirts from 3 years ago that are just fine, you know? I don't need to stretch it and be like, oh, look at this stretch test. Like, I don't do that because there's no point in doing that. You're never gonna actually do that with the shirt. You know, I get why people do it for the views and like the durability, but I don't care about that stuff. I just care about how it looks, and if it lasts long, then that's all that matters. So, yep, I'll be doing DTG for that one. But yo, what are these crowns? You guys have crowns in your names. Is it like a hype thing? Hell yeah. Thanks for hyping me up. Because I am not very hype. But yeah, that's a answer to a very, very basic question, but that is like my take on a lot of things. All right, so we got the mocks. So the next part is I have to now put it on one image because my vendor needs it on, they need the front and back on one product photo basically. So if I can find this folder I just made. Cotton clubs. Okay, we're gonna start with this one. So what's great about Photoshop nowadays? Oh damn, these colors are not the same. No, I thought they were the same. It's like you guys can tell. It's like this one's kind of greenish and this one's kind of yellow. Like the hues aren't the same. Oh, all right. So I guess we're gonna have to fix this. I'm such an idiot. I should have done this earlier. But all right, pretend that it's the same. We're gonna unlock that layer. Properties, remove background. This feature is literally incredible. I'm so happy that Photoshop does this well now, because before it was not that good. And over the years, like that's one of the things I like about AI and like the integration is like all these little things that used to take so freaking long is now easy. Okay, so we're gonna get this, put that shirt here, this shirt here, grab both, holding Alt, shifts it in place, that there. Okay, and also these are no longer smart objects, so once you shrink it too small, you can't bring it back up. So what's my pixel count? Pixel 1800. But we're at 300 DPI. Why is my thing at 300 DPI? You don't need 300 DPI unless you're doing like print or like you're sizing stuff for production. So I don't know what is happening there, but we're gonna put that there and there. Shrink it a little bit less this time. Okay. If I was smart, I would make a template where I have these two shirts and then I just put the artwork on top of it. But I'm streaming, so I didn't think about it until I said it out loud. But we're gonna try and get this centered as much as we can. Let's put the... That looks better. Which one looks better? This one in front? That looks better. Okay, and then the edges look kind of sharp, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna add a little bit of glow or shadow. That's too much shadow. We're gonna bring the shadow in. Size a little bit more subtle. Okay, spread. We don't need to spread too much distance. Okay, and then we're gonna lower the opacity. That's 0. That's a little bit. But it just looks a little bit more natural, you know? Looks like it's sitting on top of the garment and like there's a shadow casted from the lighting. Okay, and then this color is actually, no, this one is the wrong one, so we're gonna select this one. Hue, sat, or color. This menu has changed recently. Color balance. So what did I say? There's too much blue? Or is there not too much green? Sorry, I need to focus real quick. Oh, what is happening? Okay, it's just too dark. It's a little too dark. Brightness, contrast. But now we got some of these artifacts coming out. So I'm gonna, damn, I feel like I just wasted so much time doing this. But yeah, because what happens is like these, I don't even know what the technical term is, but essentially they are kind of like low quality photos in the sense that you can't bring up the brightness and maintain a lot of the details. Like these aren't raw photos, this is like mockups. So there is no information here besides just like colors. So when you bring it up in brightness, you can really see like it just looks a little ugly. So I'm gonna probably have to go back and fix this later. But this is how I would lay it out. So I'm gonna put some guidelines here so I can remember, and later when I fix this, that's where the shirts go. So I eyeballed this, but it looks pretty good to be honest. So I'm gonna try and keep it in this quadrant. I'm gonna save this as a template. Oops. It's always good to save things as templates, because that way, like, if you ever go back to shit, you're good to go. Front and back, sleeveless template. But yeah, we got, oh, it's already 4. All right. If you have any other questions, ask me now, because I'm going to sign off in like a couple of minutes. But that was the tutorial of something. I don't even know what that was. Just that, essentially, I just want you guys to ask me questions. Like, that's what this whole thing is about. I do 1-hour sessions paid where, you know, we tackle your specific issues or your specific business questions. But this is like more of a open format where I want you guys to just kind of come in, hang out, pitch some questions, whatever. Hopefully I'll have answers to them. But yeah, that's the whole point of this streaming experience. So I'm going to try and do it every week. Thursday, 4 to 5 p.m. or 3 to 4 p.m. Pacific time. We got daylight savings coming up. Am I lagging? Can't really tell. Alright, anyway, does not matter. But yeah, if you guys have questions, ask in the chat, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. If not, I'm signing off. All right, we got one last question about DTF. Okay, what's the best reason to use TKO versus DTF? So TKO is just a company that makes transfers, so they also do make DTF. DTF is printed on a film. It's CMYK on a film, and it's pressed on with the heat press. TKO has screen printed transfers, which I like because screen printed transfers to me is like the closest you can get to an actual printed shirt without having a screen print setup. There are limitations because you can't, how do I say this? It's there's a fine balance of how to make it look good and how to make it feel good before it feels like a transfer, if that makes sense. And the biggest thing you gotta pay attention to is number of colors. So number of colors, I always just do one color. Like if I do multicolor, it feels like a sticker or like DTF essentially. If I do a big filled design, it's not terrible, but negative space always helps to kind of mesh the fabric and ink together where it's like in a nice balance between the two. So some of my designs, they are massive, but they do work. Like I've done, let's get some pictures here. Let's see. We have Shein.com. That was funny. Yeah, they have some crazy stuff. But for example, this shirt, Technos Disco. This is with a one color print from TKO. And look, you can see like so much detail in the print, even like my distressed marks on the side of the letters. This small gap between the letter and the world background here, like obviously you have to make that, but you know, it's able to keep these small fine details. And importantly, you can see the fabric through the ink. And that's my favorite part about it, is like the ink visibility and feeling. So yeah, this is like legitimate product, you know, like this is real shit. But yeah, I just really like the way it comes out. So that's why I always use plastisol transfers. Let's see. This one is DTG. So, but this one might be screen printed because this is an old, this used to be screen printed, but I moved it to DTG. However, I only moved it because it looked almost the same. Like, obviously, it felt a little different because the ink is thicker on screen print, but I got these like small details screen printed. I got it DTG'd and it feels great. So that one is that. What else we got? This one's also DTG'd. Oh no, sorry. This one's also plastisol transfer. You can see like nice fabrics texture through the letters. Oh, what happened here? Something happened on my browser. But anyway, yeah, this is also TKO plastisol transfer. So that's why I always preach that plastisol transfer is like it's the closest you're gonna get to screen print, and I think screen print is always gonna be better no matter what. Like I don't care about the durability, I don't care about the full gradient, like all that stuff is cool if you like it, but I don't care for those things because that's not what I define as like good design on clothing. Like good clothing and good design go together because the printing is amazing with like screen printing, whether it's color separations or like it's color separations, yeah, process printing, where every channel is like taken out from the print and then they combine basically different artworks, or sorry, different colors to make a picture, kind of like a photograph. So that's what I like about screen printing, is like it looks really cool, and it's just nothing really like it on clothing. And DTF kind of takes away that essence of the design process. Yeah, and it makes it easy, which is cool. Like I think it's nice that people can start and do whatever they want, but at the same time, I think it encourages people to not think hard enough before they launch anything, where there's more to it than just like getting designs on shirts. Like it's the branding, it's the marketing, it's like the whole thing behind why you sell something. But yeah, that is my spiel on that. But thanks for the questions, I appreciate it, and I hope that answered your question. And yeah, you guys, thanks for joining me today. I just put out a new video on my YouTube, which is about neck label printing. I did the video on shorts, and for some reason it blew up, so thankfully I actually had the full video ready. I just had to edit it, which I put it up yesterday. So if you guys haven't checked it out yet, make sure you check it out. It's like 10 minutes, pretty fast. Get your lesson in and learn from it. I also go over some product stuff as well as pricing. Yeah, just price breaks, you know, things to look out for when you're purchasing the materials to make your clothing with. So, yeah. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining me. Catch you all next Thursday, and I hope you all have a good weekend.